of this sprawling metropolis. We're coming to you from Southern California. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Monday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics.
And for that matchup against the Rockets, they won't have much room for error in that one. A team like this will punish mistakes, but I can see them walking away with this one.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for reporting for the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, we know Russell Westbrook is fearless on the court and with a sense of passion. Growing up around Los Angeles, he said, I felt like every day was the first day of school. That's how it was the minute I woke up. And guys, he's starting to release his own lines of clothing and accessories. I have a couple in my closet. Back to you.
Influential with his taste for sure, David. Thank you. Well, great guards tonight for both teams. Did you ever spend any time in the backcourt at any level when you were playing?
No, I was a ball-handling forward, Kevin, and it served me well, but I was not a guard. I was a forward that could dribble and pass fairly well.
So you were ahead of your time because that's all we see now in the NBA, right? Guards are not always bringing the ball up.
Yeah, you know, somebody just mentioned that to me, Kevin, that I was maybe a tad ahead of my time back in the late 70s.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Tucker and Capella are up front. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. And it's House in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, they've got Ivica Zubac, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Patterson in at the four-man position. And it's the Rockets with the ball. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Harden against George. Harden the pass to Westbrook. And a miss there on the triple.
Early on, 2 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Leonard, good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Oh, it's not easy trying to guard Leonard inside. I can tell you that, guys. I mean, he's so good at using his body to get shots up over the defense.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Yeah, from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Here is House. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by House. 6 points for Russell Westbrook.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous.
From deep, George. Here's Zubac. Second shot opportunity. And another shot. And he lays it up and in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Left side, Leonard. Now George. He's coming off a 37-point game against Atlanta. From deep three-point range, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
And, you know, that's one of George's go-to shots. He's a three-point shooter who spaces the floor well.
It's Westbrook with the drive. Lob pass to Capella. Hammers the alley-oop through.
The 6'10" Capella showing you some bounce on that alley-oop.
The Clippers in the lead. Bounce pass from Beverley. Leonard dishes to Beverley. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Well, you know, last season for the Rockets, not as strong as the season prior. 53 wins and 4th seed compared to 65 wins and the #1 seed in 2018. Still face the same fate in the playoffs, though. Not able to overcome the Warriors.
Here's Beverley. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And so Westbrook will bring it up for Houston. They trail by 3. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, you know, game balls all around in that one. A terrific team effort. They trusted in their system and executed well to get the win.
And that one's good. House. Clark, for the Rockets, that was the 4th time in the last 5 years they've lost to the Warriors in the playoffs.
And it's easy to see why this team has become a bit obsessed with beating the Warriors. They've been unable to do it in 4 or 5 meetings. Team is still in a good spot to compete. I think they just need to tweak just a touch to maybe get over the hump.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And the rejection by Zubac. And that one goes out of bounds. It's touched by Zubac. For the Clippers, Montrezl Harrell comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Williams in for Patrick Patterson. Houston with a big group substitution here. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Cephalosha comes in for Daniel House. And McLemore, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Chandler, the shot that time, not on target. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Rockets. That one was played down in Houston.
And their last time against this club, they really fell short at the free throw line.
Yeah, and that was the difference, really. I mean, you think about it, they didn't knock them down at the same rate, and that hurt them.
JaMychal Green, he's checked in for the Clippers. Harkless comes in for George. Mo Harkless. Rockets trail by 3. Here's McLemore. 20-point game for him in the win against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. And the rejection by Harrell. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Oh, and the jam by Harkless.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Beverly against Rivers. Up top, McLemore. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Green with the rebound.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Beverly, the pass to Green. He kicks it to Williams. Passes it to Harkless. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Just 5 on the clock. From deep, and Chandler sends it back.
And how about the basketball IQ of Chandler? Just knows exactly when to sky and commit to blocking shots. And wow, you just have to love the motor of Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring the team. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it in so many ways.
Now here's Rivers, coming off a solid outing against Minnesota. Now here's Beverly. He's guarded closely. Yes, that goes in.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now here's McLemore. He's guarded by Williams. Cephalosha passes to Chandler. To end the run. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
And, you know, everything seemed to just kind of flow naturally for them. Felt like they were in a groove from the opening tip.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Williams with the ball. Now defended by McLemore.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Now here's Rivers, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Chandler kicks to Rivers. Over Beverly. The Rockets with another miss.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Williams finds Harrell. An emphatic LU jam.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. The Clippers on top. They lead by 13. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Taking a look at the Rockets. Chandler out there with P.J. Tucker. That's Thabo Sefolosha. Then it's Ben McLemore. And it's Rivers in at the point. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the third time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. Houston making some changes. Clint Capella comes in for Chandler. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Austin Rivers. Capella dishes to Harden. Shot clock at 6. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Impeccable form there. I mean, Harden should teach a master class in shooting. Doesn't get any better than his jump shot. Efficient, economy of movement, and the stroke often leads to splashes.
Here's Williams. That's tipped. Now here's McLemore. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Harden scanning the floor. And the 3 off target. Los Angeles leading by 13. Upgrade the Clippers signing of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. The grand finale of the wildest summer in NBA free agent history.
A ton of big moves. You think of the star players who've changed teams. 1/3 of the league's all-NBA selections. And 5 out of 10 of the reigning all-star starters. In the end, we saw 7 players who've changed teams for over $100 million each. Put that in perspective. Only 8 players have ever done that in league history.
And the first one at the line is good. Clark, there are a lot of great playmakers in this NBA that sometimes we don't talk about or under the radar.
Yeah, there are. Again, there's so many outstanding players in a league of 30 teams, but you know, Drew Holiday has been outstanding as a big playmaking guard, as good scoring the ball as he is playmaking. Draymond Green, not a guard, but makes decisions and passes the ball like a high-level guard, and is extremely valuable in that Warriors. Those two guys are a little bit undervalued for their ability to make their teammates better.
Good point. Outside Westbrook. Takes a three. Buries the long-range jumper. Westbrook's got 11.
You know, pretty much anybody can hit that shot when they're that wide open. I mean, terrible defense.
Williams kicks to George. Offensive struggles continue, missing again.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And the Clippers making a change here. Patterson's checked in. Clippers leading by 8. Outside Williams. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. 6 to shoot. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Remains Los Angeles ball. Just 4 to shoot. 8 away, and it's Leonard. That time an assist by Patterson. 6 points for Kawhi Leonard.
A nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten him into the hole.
Here's Westbrook. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Man, you got to admire how easily Westbrook takes over games. I mean, an offensive juggernaut who is tenacious when it comes to scoring.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
Good from Westbrook. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny. And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial 6th Man of the Year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
Every team hopes to have a player on this list. A quick update now on the top field goal percentage shooters in the NBA. Second is Clint Capella.
And just so reliable offensively. It's one thing to find good looks, but you've got to finish when you get them, and he does at a fantastic rate.
And it's Leonard missing.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
How about the force from Clint Capella? When he's got good position inside, he's throwing it down.
George against Harden, and George kicks to Patterson. Back to George. Unloads. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
George is really one of the most amazing players in the the league, an all-NBA caliber player, and he's worked tirelessly on his shooting form, and now it's close to perfect.
And it's Capella missing.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
The basket counts and one. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. And the Rockets making a change here as well. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Thabo Sefolosha.
Let's shot.
The throw good, Paul George. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
Andrew Beverly, he's checked in for Lou Williams. Here is House. He's covered by Leonard. Shot clock at 5. Paul George with the steal. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, we've talked about, George is athletic. He's long, and he's got really long arms, which helps him as a defender, and that allows him to plug up passing lanes and come up with steals, too.
Here's Westbrook, and he uses the glass on the layup. Westbrook's got 12 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, he's owning them on the offensive end, but, he can't do it by himself.
They swipe it. Harden with it. George picks him up. Lobbed up there for Westbrook. Leonard with the steal. On up the court. And that one's good. Beverly's got 6 points.
Like how Beverly takes on challenges. This guy's a pit bull in his competitiveness. Aggressive at shooting over the defense, even when they're all in it.
Here's Westbrook. That misses off the backboard.
You're not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Leonard finds George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists now in this one.
And that kind of awareness from George is really exceptional, catching the defense flat-footed by rising up immediately on the catch.
Timeout called the Rockets.
And for so many things that the Rockets do right, one area they can lapse in is rebounding.
Yeah, and a big part of that, I think, is they play a lot of small ball. And the defense is decent, but the rebounding suffers when they go small. They were bottom 3 in the league last year in rebounding.
Michael Green, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Houston also making some changes. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Capella. McLemore has come in for Daniel House. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Harden against George. Paul George with the steal. Leonard, that's for 2. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
And this is the tempo you love to watch. I mean, get out fast before the defense can get set.
Yeah, it's really paying off here. Fast break points accounting for their last 8.
Back to Rivers. 6 on the shot clock. Houston needs to get a shot. And here's Harden for 3. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from George. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now here's McLemore. D right on him. And the rejection by Zubac. Outside Leonard. score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
In a deep, and he beats the buzzer. Wow!
Yeah, that's just an amazing play to get that ball off in time.
I agree. I mean, and to have the composure to lock in and get off a shot he feels confident about, that's good work.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks so much. Kawhi, you seem to be so at ease out there. How much is that helping your game?
It's helping me out a lot. Just coming in the game relaxed, just with more intensity. I mean, my teammates are getting me involved on the offensive end or playing great on defense. We just got to keep it up second half and not let it up.
Hey, Kawhi, thank you very much for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 14 points, 2 assists, and 2 steals. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, how about that ball movement? That was a true definition of team basketball. All 5 guys moving, all guys rotating, everyone touching the ball, a bunch of assists, tons of easy baskets. It gives everyone on the floor confidence when you're playing like that.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Rockets.
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
We've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game. He has been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Patrick Patterson is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And perhaps the most shocking news of the NBA offseason, Greg, the trade of Paul George. Nobody saw that coming.
Took a ransom of draft picks to get him off the Thunder. Kawhi Leonard recruited him to join him on the Clippers, and Paul obliged by demanding the trade. Came together quickly and caused a major power shift in the West.
Outside Westbrook. Over Beverly. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
That one falls. 7 points for James Harden.
Well, I tell you what, with Harden, sometimes it seems the more the defense bodies him up, the more determined and effective he is in scoring.
And George kicks to Leonard. Hits the jumper in space. Leonard's got 4 this quarter.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Harden inside the 3-point line. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 7 rebounds in the game. Beverly, the pass to George. And it's George finishing it off.
No no success thus far trying to guard George tonight. I mean, he is absolutely shredding him.
Lob pass to Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
How about that strong pick by Westbrook?
Clippers leading by 19. Outside Leonard. It's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. While we've got a moment, let's now take a look at the teams that have the most second chance points on the season. In second, the Rockets.
You know what? Sometimes their missed shots are their best offense. I mean, they attack the glass relentlessly, and those extra possessions can determine the outcome on a lot of nights.
Rockets trail by 19. Westbrook feeling it out a bit. And another three for Houston. And the Clippers call time here. And with Clint Capella, it's easy to see what an important piece of this team he is.
Yeah, it really is, guys, because when he's off the floor, there's a clear difference in how his team plays. He fits in so well and gives the Rockets exactly what they need, finishing at the rim out of pick and rolls, and then a terrific rim protector as well.
Los Angeles with some changes. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Harkless comes in for Leonard. And it's Williams in for Paul George. And a switch here also for Houston. Cephalosha's checked in. Patterson dishes to Harkless. Harrell kicks to Williams. Deflects the pass. Outside Westbrook. It's deflected, but they'll get another chance. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Leonard.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Take a break. Keep going.
Free throw good, Cephalosha. And Clark, when you think back to your playing days in high school, what memories come to mind?
Well, just the fun of being able to have success all 4 years I was at St. Joseph High School in Cleveland, the way the city rallied around us my senior year when we had a chance to play for a state championship. Unfortunately came up short. The teammates and coaches and teachers that I had a chance to enjoy those 4 years with, all really fond, special memories for me.
It's stolen by Capella. And it's the Rockets on the break. Knocked loose. Now the Clippers moving it up. Harden against Williams. Good work defensively by Harden. And it's Harden with the ball for the Rockets. 15-point game. Good on the bucket. James Harden's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And one of the things about Harden is he is incredible at scoring despite getting hit. I mean, astonishing to me how he maintains his focus on these shots.
And that one's good. Beverly.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
The pass to Harrell. Shoots over Capella, and it's Harrell missing. Rockets trail by 13. Here's Westbrook. An easy 2 points on the layup. Westbrook's got 9 points here in the second half.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Williams for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And stolen by Patterson. Harkless on the wing. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Harkless has got 6. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
And the Clippers making a change here. Green's checked in. The Rockets also changing it up. Tyson Chandler is checked in for Clint Capella. McLemore has come in for Daniel House. It's Austin Rivers in for James Harden. Clippers leading by 10. Feeds it to Williams. Outside, Green. Harkless on the wing. 4 on the clock. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Down low. And it's denied. And he gets it back. Shot's good by McLemore. For Los Angeles, they've gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far. Just above 50%. Green, the pass to Williams. Green inside. He's guarded by Rivers. Williams against Westbrook. Kept alive. Here's Harkless. Chandler with the defensive effort. Rockets trail by 10. Here's Westbrook. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
Well, you know, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense, moving, spacing, dynamic players. Defense has not been at the level of offense, but I think he's actually improved as a coach in that area as well.
Off target with his 3. Clippers leading by 8. Pass to Beverly. There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Williams, from the top of the key, he buries it. Williams has got 6.
Oh, I like that quick trigger release, so smooth, even with the defender in his face. Williams knocks it down.
For 3, Westbrook. It's good from long range.
And you know, he's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
Right side, Williams. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Kevin, we always talk about it. I mean, those second-round picks who turn out to be gems, no one thought Williams would end up at the free throw line as much as he does.
It's his first trip to the line.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Splashed them one after another. It really was quite a display from the stripe. You know, guys, that's not quite the same success rate he had at the line last year, although it is somewhat in the neighborhood of last year's numbers.
For the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Montrezl Harrell, and George is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. The Rockets also changing it up. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Chandler. P.J. Tucker comes in for Cephalosha, and Daniel House subbed in for Austin Rivers. Second free throw, no good. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for Houston. Trailing here by 8. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Here's George. And the Clippers miss again.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Clippers lead by 8. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game, and this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Rockets trail by 8. So on the floor for Houston, Tucker and Capella are up front. McLemore is out there with Russell, and it's House in at the 3 slot. And they're pushing it up. Williams with a clean look. That ball, nice feed that time from George. George has got his 3rd assist on the night. Here is House, guarded by Green. Green with the block. To Leonard. And Capella sends it back.
Boy, the timing Capella has on the defensive end, outstanding. Terrific at knowing exactly when to go up for those blocks.
And it's Westbrook missing. Clippers leading by 10. Here's Leonard, and finished off by Leonard.
I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree. Here's Westbrook. Passes to Tucker for 3. Houston gets it back. Here is House for 3. Westbrook nailed from three-point land. For 3. Westbrook's got it back down to within single digits for the Rockets. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And there's the pass to Leonard. Fades back. The shot's good. Leonard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Green, and it's Patterson in for Maurice Harkless. James Harden, he's checked in for the Rockets. And so here are the Clippers. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. And George kicks to Patterson. Pass to Zubac. Clock at 6. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got rebound number 13 with that last one. They get it again. Westbrook up and in on the layup. Westbrook's got 42 in the game.
He is just self-willing, his team right now, doing everything he can to keep them alive.
Oh, Leonard in position. Pass to Harden. And it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Over to the left wing. Zubac against Capella. Williams with the ball. Over Westbrook. The Clippers keep it alive. Passes it to Williams. On the wing, George. Second chance shot, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. George has got 20 points.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack. They just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
And the Clippers call time here.
And, well, whatever your feelings may be on the Rockets, you can't deny their offense works.
Yeah, it does work, really. I mean, I agree with you. 2nd in offensive rating last year, 4th in effective field goal percentage. This team knows how to produce points and be efficient in doing so, and they stay with their approach. They don't let teams take them off their game plan.
And the Clippers making a change here. Beverly's checked in. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Doc Rivers said to his team. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
All right, David, thanks.
That's simply an outstanding play, working the size mismatch right at the rim.
Capella with the bucket.
Boy, he's a powerful presence with great length. Capella can make things happen inside for sure.
Westbrook with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Now just a 3-point Los Angeles lead. Beverly deciding where to go with it. The pass to Leonard. Puts it up from 15. Beverly dishes to Leonard. Over House. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Beverly. 22 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
Here is House. Pass to Tucker. Outside Westbrook. Just 5 on the clock. Double team on Westbrook. Pass to House. There's the triple. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is. But no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
First free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Double team on Westbrook. Capella finds Westbrook over Beverly. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Russell Westbrook.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
And George, here we go. It's good. George has got 4 points this quarter.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys. And it was the same exact story last time out.
I wasn't quite sure if he'd be able to maintain that same level of play. I had my doubts coming into this game, but consider my doubts disappeared.
Clippers leading by 7. Passes it to Zubac. Kicks it to Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. A fadeaway. He doesn't hit that one. And the Rockets take it the other way.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
It really does come down to this. I mean, come up empty, and it's over.
And he comes up with the deuce.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
Free throw line jump shot. And off the left side of the rim. And it swirls in for him. And the Clippers lead by 7. Now a timeout called by Houston. They trail by 7. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George.
It's a take charge brand of basketball he's been playing tonight. His point total tells you all you need to know about just how good he's been. And once he got going, their game plan really became simple. Just get him the ball.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. And the Rockets with possession here. It falls! And now they trail by just 4.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
To the paint. Here's Leonard. Here's Zubats. Rebounded by Tucker.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration, even for a nanosecond.
Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Man, they're getting a fantastic effort from James Harden right now.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
And so they foul intentionally.
At the line for your Clippers, Kawhi Leonard. At the one for 2.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
And that makes it a 2-possession game now. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're down by 4. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
Yeah, and they need it hiccup fast. I mean, they'll be drawing up a quick hitter in the huddle here, no doubt.
.17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. In the corner, it's Westbrook. A three-pointer off the mark. And now they foul and stop the clock.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
At the line for 2.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5.
And if you want to talk about the best two-way players in the NBA, George's name would be high on the list for sure. I mean, that's the kind of presence he has at both ends of the court.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
And Harden launches it from deep. So the Clippers with the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Lou Williams, you guys made shots down the stretch. How did you battle back and get this win?
I think we did a great job of staying confident, staying in the moment, and really believing that we can win this basketball game. Tonight it worked for us.
It surely did, Lou. Thanks very much. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you later.